Tirico and Greg Olsen. It is for real. Season begins here. And off we go from Gillette Stadium. And that one is through the back of the end zone. Trying to set up the screen, but that is going to fall incomplete.
When they go with the RPO there in the hopes of making something happen after the catch, so often you can kind of run your receiver through those voided zones and come out the backside. Just didn't love the timing. I think he got to just let that play develop a little bit longer and not be in such a hurry.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. Oh, in trouble, and down he goes. The safety, Trayvon Merrick, in there for the sack.
Well, here early on, if this pass rush continues to get home at this rate, this is going to be a long day for this offense. They're going to have to put some extra guys in there, mix in some play action, keep this pass rush off balance.
From the gun, here's Stroud. Middle, he's got Tucker. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45. First catch for him on this new season, and it results in a first down. First down, Raiders. Here's a first carry for their running back. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down. A 9-yard gain on the play. And it's third down. They run at the gun with Genty. And he's going to be brought down right on that yellow line with the official signal. He's got enough for the first down.
An early test here for that offensive line, and they come through. They're going to have to continue to find space in the ground game for their running backs to continue to move the chain. So, nice job there. Give them a lot of credit. Now the question is, what is the adjustment on the defensive side of the ball in the next third down situation?
And he's able to force his way through one man, but he can only muster about a yard on that play. Second down. Brings up 2nd and 9. Bowers, the man in motion. On second down, Stroud. A throw left side, going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Jones. And the Patriots are going to possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drop.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
First play, and May goes to the air. He's into space past the 25. And he'll be forced out of bounds. First catch for him on this new season. And it results in a first down. They'll go play action with May. Exiting the pocket right. Off he goes.
Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold them to just a short gain.
It is 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, here's May. To the right side here, pass is caught. And they're in business now. He is out of bounds inside the 10. First catch for him on this new season. And it results in a first down. They'll run with Henderson. And he'll take this one in. Way beyond Henderson. Touchdown, Patriots. Now Andres Borregales for the extra point. He gets it to go. And the Pats have their first lead of the new year. They're up 7-0 here in the season opener. So following the touchdown, Borregales is back to send this one away.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
They'll go play action with Stroud. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
2nd and 10. They send Sutton in motion. A 2nd down throw for Stroud. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete.
I know it fell for an incompletion, but pretty impressive. He was able to push that ball really far downfield as he was being hit. Really says a lot about the arm strength that this quarterback has.
Can't afford another incompletion here. Quickly in his 3rd and 10. Stroud to throw. That's to the right side. And caught by Bowers. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 45-yard line. A gain there of 11. First down, Vegas.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Throwing is Stroud. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the Patriots' 49-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. And And he'll get forward for a couple. Trayvon Merritt up to make the tackle.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. Third and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
On third down, they go with Jenkins. And he's going to be taken down here. Looks like a pretty good spot, though. Yes, he's got it. That's a first down.
I know it's early in this game, but in my mind, that's 4-down territory. And certainly now the coach doesn't have to make that decision. He keeps it on the ground on third and short, gets a fresh set of downs, and now they got to see if they can come away with some points.
On the toss, they'll run. And he'll get about 6 out of that run before being forced out of bounds.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second and 4.
So, first quarter in the books here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. The Patriots out on top. And we're back to Foxborough in a moment. Quarter 2 begins. It is Raider football. They have it 2nd and 4 coming up. Broken up. And no time to get the separation there. The incompletion is going to bring up third down.
And they got the look they were hoping for. One-on-one on the outside. He's just unable to hold on to it through contact, and I think that was a big opportunity missed.
They've converted 2 third downs already on this drive, and here's 3rd and 4. Stroud going to set up the throw. But gets made there by Sutton. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on third down.
Offensively landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
Stroud to throw here on first down. He'll get it inside the 20. And he will score! Portland Raiders.
And this is what good offenses in the NFL do, Mike. It's the ability to bounce back, even if the onset of the game doesn't go exactly according to plan. Everybody wants to take their opening possession and go down there and come away with a touchdown. But it's not always going to be perfect. You turn it over on possession 1. What are you going to do in response on possession 2? Well, we just got our answer, and they took it down for 6.
Now, for the point after. He's got it. And the Raiders will level things out at 7 apiece. We're all tied, 7 apiece. And the kick's away. showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. On the ground, it's Henderson to start this drive. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
There's very few defenses in today's NFL, Mike, that you can play the cornerback position and be unwilling to tackle. Those days are kind of over, so give credit to this guy. I mean, he identified run, he understood his leverage and gap fit, and he's able to bring him down for no gain.
And he's out of bounds up beyond the 45-yard line. First catch for him on this new season, and it results in a first down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth.
Look at him go! And he will score! Travion Henderson. Touchdown, Patriots. What a start to the year. His second touchdown in this opening half. Taking care of business on the ground. They run it into the end zone to put 6 on the board.
Mike, some of the hardest elements to coach for a running back is vision and patience. And in this case, you saw both of them on display, and he's able to take the long run all the way to the house for 6.
So following the touchdown, Borregalis is back to send this one away. This one is going to sail through the end zone for a touchdown. He'll get this out to the left flat. Loose inside the 30. And he will go all the way. Trey Tucker. Touchdown, Las Vegas. A terrific job all the way around, especially after the catch, Greg, to take it to the end zone for a touchdown.
I'm just so impressed by the acceleration of this receiver, Mike. He catches what is a short pass, and he's able to turn it up the field and take it all the way for 6. That is an impressive play run after catch.
The extra point is good, and the Raiders will tie things up. We are all even at 14. We are all square, 14 apiece the score as this one's away. Marcus Jones now to return. And he will get cut down short, shy of the 20-yard line.
The Patriots take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Really, I should probably sign a head, boy, because I got all the heads, boy.
They'll begin it on the ground with Henderson. And he's taken down, but not until he gets to the 32-yard line. A gain of 14. Good for a quick first down.
And these are the explosive runs that opened everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate.
He gets 3. And he will score. Touchdown, New England. Well, that was a pretty easy touchdown. He was wide open, Greg. Easy chance to close the deal, and they do with a touchdown.
And Mike, it just appears to me that's just a breakdown defensively. You can't allow a receiver to not only be so open it's an easy pitch and catch, but then to have the space to operate after the catch to finish that one off in the end zone.
The extra point, up and good. And the Patriots have broken the deadlock as they move out to a 21-14 lead. So following the touchdown, Borregales is back to send this one away. And that one is through the back of the end zone. It is a touchback. Stroud to throw here on 1st and 10. Oh, a teardrop throw there off his back foot. It's complete. First catch for him on this new season, and it results in a 1st down.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession is going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
They send Sutton in motion. On 1st down, it's Stroud. Out of the backfield, it's Ashton Jeanty. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. Enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Back to throw, Stroud. He'll get this off to Jeanty. And he'll be brought down after a short pickup, but that is enough for a 1st down.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. And you look out there and you have a mismatch. You have a linebacker or a safety on your running back. He's expected to win, and that's exactly what he did here.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Stroud. Over the middle. That's the tight end, Bowers. That's a good gain there. It's going to wind up just a couple of yards shy of that 1st down.
Let's give some credit to this offensive line. Once they identified the blitz, you can see them communicating with one another to make sure everybody is on the same page, and that's what gave the quarterback enough time and found the open man.
It's going to be 3rd. They need 1. This one up on the ground. This will not do the trick. They've stopped him behind the line. 4th down coming up.
This is one of those down and distances where the offense really could either run or pass, but give credit to the defense. They sold out to stop the run, and boy, were they right. They take them down for a loss.
No move for the field goal unit. They're going to line up and go for it on 4th down. Now, Stroud. That's taken in, and he will get the 1st down. They took a chance, but they convert on 4th and 3.
I don't think the back was the primary target on this play, but just a great job by the quarterback understanding it's 4th down. I've got to get this ball out of my hand and give our offense a chance at converting, and it's exactly what he's able to do by getting it to his back and letting him pick up the rest.
They send Sutton in motion. On 1st and 10, here's Stroud. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. Maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion.
All these defensive linemen, I promise you, they all want sacks. That is how you get paid. That is how you make your name. But it's also the other plays where you can affect the quarterback. Can you make them feel uncomfortable? Or in this case, you don't get the sack, but it was the hit that's able to alter the pass to fall incomplete.
Throwing on 2nd down. Stroud. Left side. That's complete. It's Sutton. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line. Now the Raiders going to use the first of their timeouts. Clock to stop with 34 seconds to go until the break. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. Oh, a huge mistake late in the half. It is intercepted. And the Patriots are going to have it here as they'll start from their own 7.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 7-yard line.
Maynard on 1st and 10. Here's a screen taken in by Henderson. He's into the clear again. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 40-yard line. A huge play just before the half. 36 yards.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
To throw on 1st down is May. Forced out wide. That's going to be incomplete. Hubbard very stout there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, here's May. That is hot. They're going to have it 1st and goal. He'll be out of bounds at about the 5-yard line. A big play at a critical juncture in this game. 52 yards. Well, here's the chance to cap off a great half. They have it 1st and goal. Here's May again. To the goal line and in. Touchdown, Patriots. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. Borregales now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Pats have doubled their advantage. It is now a 28-14 game. 3 seconds, all that remain in this 1st half, as that one's away. Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. Here's Stroud. And that is incomplete. One final chance does not work out. Time has expired. The 1st half has come to an end. Now this is a surprise. Right out of the locker room, they'll try the onside kick. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
Pretty bold call right there, but what you're looking for out of the locker room is just a spark of some sort. They thought they could get it on their special teams. They don't. Now they put their defense in a tough spot, trying to not allow them to extend this lead.
This one caught by DJ Chark. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
We hear the term RPO so often, Mike, and it continues to kind of trickle its way into the NFL. But remember, it's a lot different in the NFL than it is in the college game where it's a lot more prevalent. The lineman cannot go downfield. So that quarterback has to make a lot of really fast snapshot decisions, or else it's going to lead to a penalty or him holding on to the ball too long. So it's something that teams want to implement, but maybe not quite to the level that we see in the college game.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Off the bootleg. Here's May. He'll get this out to Henderson. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
This is a great example of why it's so critical that on defense, everybody does their job. You got a free hit blitzer coming right at the quarterback, but because they don't contain him in the pocket, they allow him to escape, and it doesn't allow that blitz to get home.
Trying to get it to Dalton Kincaid there. And 3rd down coming up.
And up until this point, this has been an incredibly efficient game from this quarterback. I mean, it's hard to think. Here we are in the second half, and that's only his 2nd incomplete pass. So finally, the defense is able to do something to disrupt his timing and finally try to get him out of this groove.
A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
The field goal unit staying put. They're going to line up and go for this on 4th down. They'll go. Here's May. And he's going to be hit and taken down. They got him with a big-time rush that leads to a turnover on down.
So as an offensive coordinator, you have to have answers for what the defense throws at you. And in this case, your quarterback is sitting back there. He has nowhere to go with the ball on 4th down. He ends up taking the sack, and now your drive is over.
Drop this one down to Genty.
They were able to complete this pass, but how often do we see these running backs run these angle routes, and they catch it in stride and run a hole through the defense? So, the defense gave up some yards here, but it could have been a lot worse.
On 2nd down, Stroud. Picked off by Marcus Jones. And he's going to be brought down. What a turn of events here. He has given his guys 1st and 10 in the red zone.
I think anytime you find yourself trailing in the second half, Mike, all offensive play callers fight the urge to chase those points. They tend to get a little bit overeager. They tend to push the envelope sometimes a little too far.
That's over the middle and intercepted. And the Raiders are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. In motion, that's Thornton. From the gun, here's Stroud. Taking out of the backfield. And he's taken down up past the 35. A gain there of 27 yards. So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10.
A gain of 27 on the play. 1st down, Las Vegas.
RPO, quick throw. There's Sutton. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. Here's 1st and 10.
That's another Las Vegas 1st down. 1st and 10.
To throw is Stroud. Oh, man, open downfield is Thornton. And he'll be taken down, but but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
Raiders first down. A gain of 26 yards. First down, Raiders.
Stroud to throw here on 1st and 10. That is taken in left side by Thornton. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Second and a yard.
Patriots 17-yard line.
To throw, it's Stroud. Open man is Thornton. He's got it. And he'll be brought down after a short pickup, but that is enough for a first down.
And the Raider first down. A gain of 3 on the play. And the Raider first down.
Here's Stroud. They'll look to set up the screen here. This one could be sniffed out, blown up in the backfield.
Well, the best screen plays, of course, you want the offensive lineman out in front of your running back. They act as his escort, his lead blockers. But what you can't afford is for the defenders to be in the backfield and get to the running back, because those offensive linemen, they can't help him at all.
And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. Stroud. This one caught at the 4. And he goes out of bounds at the 3. And from there, it's going to be 1st and goal.
What an impressive drive this has really been. And it's a combination of big plays and 3rd down conversions. Now after that last 3rd down pickup, it's 1st and goal. They got a chance to finish this really impressive drive and come away with 6.
They'll try to run this one in. And he's going to go backwards, taken down at the 6.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits. What do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal?
That's to the end zone, but it is incomplete. Cortland Sutton, the intended receiver. And now it's 3rd and goal.
I can tell you from experience, Mike, that is going to be on his mind the rest of the week. It's one thing to drop a ball. That's going to happen every now and then. But when you do it and it takes away a touchdown, man, that stings. So we can talk short-term memory all we want. I can promise you this guy, he's hoping to get another shot. I just don't like the look of this passing game. Like, it just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. Truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
The offense will stay out there, but they've got some yards to pick up. 4th down and goal. Throwing is Stroud. This punt, and he'll take it on in. Brock Bowers. Touchdown, Vegas. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
Good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground.
9-yard line. It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. A good spot here, second and a yard. On play action, here's May. Tyree Wilson starting the season with a bang. His second sack in the season opener.
Early in this drive, they're trying to establish some offensive rhythm, but now after that second down sack, really puts them in a must pass. You don't want to be in 3rd and long very often in the NFL. It's not a very high percentage conversion rate, and with the danger of a 3 and out, they better hold up here and pass protection. So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's running game, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the 4th quarter, which typically means I had to lead? That's the sign of a successful run game, as opposed to getting a lot of meaningless yards early in the game.
And he's not going to get there. The defense was ready for it, and they stuff him on 4th down.
You know, more often than not in the NFL, games are won based on who wins critical downs. Well, that 4th down attempt right there was exactly that, and this defense came up huge for a big-time 4th down stop.
On 1st and 10, here's Stroud. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down.
The pass protection's been a little bit shaky at times, and that was the case there. And even though they're not going to go down for allowing a sack, it was allowing the pressure that ultimately prevented that pass from being completed.
Throwing on 2nd down, Stroud. And for the 4th time today, he has been intercepted. Oh, big hole, left side. Still going. And he's going to bring this one back the distance. Touchdown, New England.
You know, it always amazes me, Mike, that these guys have all this energy, that following a long return like that then they can get into these big, elaborate celebrations. But listen, I don't blame them. You're a defensive guy. You don't get the ball in your hands very often. When you score, man, you better make the most of it.
The kick is good, but there are penalty flags down. They might have made contact with the kicker too late.
To kick off for New England.
So following the touchdown, Borregales is back to send this one away.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10. And they're on the 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. He'll let this one go deep down the right sideline. And he will go all the way. Dante Thornton, touchdown Raiders. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the 4th quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Henderson now on 1st and 10, and not much there. Good defense, held to no gain.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground, Mike. There was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
This one, downfield, for Kincaid. And that ball out of reach toward the sideline. It'll be an incompletion.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike. And I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
Throwing on 3rd down is May. He's going to try it here again. And that is incomplete. Trying to get it to Kyle Williams there. And it's going to be 4th down.
When you get the ball in this situation, what you're looking to do is not only end the drive with a touchdown to put the game away, but you'd love to chew up some clock. So with that incomplete pass now likely putting an end to this series, that's a big opportunity for them to try to close this game out.
They're going. It's May again, working deep downfield. That is brought in. And he will score. DJ Chark. Touchdown, Patriots. This has got to feel good, Greg. You open at home and a great performance with one more touchdown added on top.
Not many better ways, Mike, than to create some excitement amongst your fan base than to have a great home opener. Every team works all off-season. They stress it during training camp. Let's get off to a great start, and then all of a sudden you're able to do it in front of your home crowd. Man, this has been a really impressive performance.
21.
So following the touchdown, Borregamas is back to send this one away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Stroud to throw here on 1st down. That's caught left side by Bowers. And he'll be out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35-yard line. It's another big play in a game that's had its share. It's a gain of 34. On 1st down, it's Stroud. He's got it inside the 5. And he's going to be brought down. It'll be 1st and goal. That's a gain of 28.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
A couple of big plays, one after the other, and now it's 1st and goal. And this one ruined quickly. Take them back to the 5-yard line.
Just feels like this has been the story of the day for this offense. Just unable to get anything going on the ground, and a big reason they find themselves trailing, and another loss of yards.
He's got his big tight end, Brock Bowers. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
Kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away.
The Patriots take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
On first and 10. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Work to do now as they come up on second and long.
At the 24-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's May. Throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be third down.
I'll tell you one thing, Mike. This pass rush certainly isn't the reason why they're losing this game right now. I mean, they have made their presence felt all throughout this game, and they're about a half second away from adding another sack to their total.
On third and long, here's May. That completes to Henderson. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
It's a gain of 32
And how about that? Third and a mile. And they convert and pick up a first down.
10 at the 44-yard line.
They'll drop the throw. He's going to let this one go deep. No touchdown, but they are close. Going to be first and goal. They've got it at the 3.
First down.
It's another big play in a game that's had its share. 41 yards. Throw again is May. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Touchdown, New England. What a start to the season. It's a 3-touchdown week number 1. And that is the hat trick. What a game. His 3rd touchdown reception of this one.
And nothing they've done to slow him down has worked, Mike. This defense, they're throwing multiple guys at him. They're playing man, they're playing zone. It doesn't matter. This guy is having his way, and he's having a day.
So now May and the Patriots going to line up and go for 2.
The Patriots will line up for a 2-point conversion.
Operating from the shotgun, it's May. To the end zone, it's intercepted. Picked up by Trenton Simpson.
Patriots 48, Raiders 28. Chris Borregales standing on for New England.
So following the touchdown, Borregales is back to send this one away. On the return is Dante Fortman. He lost the football. Special teams comes through again. We don't talk about it nearly enough, but sometimes the biggest plays of the game happen like that one. The kickoff return, fumble, recovered, and momentum swings again.
Everybody loves to see a big return, Mike, but the priority of any kick return unit, just give your offense a chance to possess the ball. And in this case, they don't do that. They turn the ball over, and now they find themselves.
That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Alontae Taylor. And the Raiders are going to have the ball at their own 18-yard line.
Every once in a while, Mike, you see a quarterback predetermined before the snap where they're going to go with the ball, and I think that was the case here. He told himself, I'm throwing the ball to him no matter what, and it ends up being a costly mistake.
Back to throw, Stroud. He will air this out, looking for Sutton. And the Patriots are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
And that should be the final dagger in this one. I mean, barring something dramatic happening here, Mike, I just don't think there's enough time or possessions left in this game to pull off any sort of comeback.
Here's May to throw it on first down. Throw here down the field. Will fall incomplete.
There's only a handful of guys in the league who legitimately have world-class speed, and he's one of them. I mean, he's the type of weapon that you 3 or 4 times a game have to just say, okay, my guy, he's faster than your guy. We're going to send him deep and let it fly. And even though that one falls incomplete, you have to continue to sprinkle that threat in because it makes everything else in your passing game that much easier.
And he's going to have the first down. And that will not officially end it, but for all intents and purposes, they're going to be able to run the clock down from here. So they come to the line for first down and 10. To throw now, May. This one, downfield, for Kincaid. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. They continue to add quite, Greg, very interesting here. They are just rolling up the score even though we're in the fourth.
No doubt, Mike. I mean, this offensive play caller has no let-up. I mean, he's going to see how many points can I put on this scoreboard before that clock runs out.
The Patriots
May to the air once more. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
So they decide to put the ball in the air, which I don't mind on this two-point try, but execution was just a little bit off, and it's not going to work out in their favor this time around.
Andy Orioles to kick off for New England.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. Here's Darius Davis to return it. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. Stroud to throw here on first and 10. Oh, he couldn't set his feet, but he completes it anyway. Now the Patriots are going to use their first timeout. They get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining here in the fourth.
It's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the fourth quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive? I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical.
They'll come up first and 10 at the 40. From the gun, here's Stroud. He's going to air this one out. He's got it! And this will bring them all the way down to the 20-yard line.
It's a
Now the Raiders going to use the first of their timeouts. New England going to take their second timeout. They'll stop it. Just over 40 seconds to go in this one. They send Sutton in motion. Stroud going to set up the throw. Pass caught right side by Fulton. And this is going to be a touchdown. It's too little too late. They do get a bit closer as they score here in the final minute of play.
At this stage of the game, the score is really irrelevant. You want to try to build something positive towards the end of this game, and I think that score will help do just that.
Here's Stroud to the line. This guy's going to try to get two more.
The Raiders will line up for the two-point conversion.
He'll drop to throw. And he will get in for the two. They open up the bag of tricks on the goal line and add a pair of points.
Everything's about matchups, especially down here this close to the goal line. I think my guy's better than your guy. I'm going to put him in a position to have success, throw it up to him, and let him do the rest.
So the late score gets them a bit closer to respectability. They'll try to get even closer with an onside kick. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
You have no choice. You find yourself down big here late in the fourth quarter, Mike. You got nothing to lose. Give it a shot. Nice job here by the hands team recovering. They're going to take over possession.
Throwing on 1st and 10 is Manning. He's going to take a shot down the field. That ball broken up. It is incomplete. They tried the shot on 1st down. Couldn't connect. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, it's not going to make up for all the plays that they've been on the wrong side of up until this point. They finally are able to land a jab of their own, knock this ball away, and get a much-needed incomplete pass.
Going to be incomplete. Good run. Trying to defender bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force 3rd down.
There are certain guys, Mike, that have earned the right to make those tight window throws. And that doesn't mean that he's not going to get himself into trouble from time to time. But we've seen throughout his career, his ability to make throws that other guys are either uncomfortable or unable to make is a big reason why he's kind of in a class all of his own. I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
And he cannot get the throw off. He's going to be sacked, and they will turn it over on down.
So here as the quarterback, you can't take that sack. You have to understand it's 4th down. While you don't want to throw a pick, you've got to get this ball out of your hand and give one of your playmakers a chance to make a play for you and extend this drive on 4th down.
Stroud. That is caught. And this is going to be a touchdown. It's too little too late. They do get a bit closer as they score here in the final minute of play. A terrific play all the way around, finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
It's 54. Raiders 43.
looking to double up here, score the touchdown. They want more. They're lining up for an onside kick. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away. At midfield.
Well, we knew, Mike, this was going to take a miracle. All they needed to do was recover this, score, recover another one, score again. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen, and this game's all but over.
To throw on first down is May. He's going to look downfield for Chark. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play.
And this special connection between this quarterback and his receivers, it was on full display right there. Great job getting behind the defense, and then what can you say about that ball? I mean, you can't put that ball in a better spot, and with timing and accuracy like that, leads to 6.
And he will get in for the 2. They open up the bag of tricks on the goal line and add a pair of points.
There was no hesitation from this offense. Immediately after they scored that touchdown, the entire sideline was holding up 2 fingers. They knew exactly what play they wanted. They felt great about it coming into the game, and clearly the right choice.
And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Here we go. One final play. He will air this out. Looking for Sutton. That's hard. And he'll be brought down there. And that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this fourth quarter. So it's a win for the Patriots. They move to 1-0, getting the victory to begin the new campaign. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Patriots winners at home as we say so long from Foxborough.